Hey buff dudes and buff girls, we're glad you liked our 3 easy tips for building bigger biceps. And as promised, here's gonna be the video for bigger triceps. So we're gonna go over the 3 easy tips and fixes that you can do to build bigger triceps. Let's get started. So one thing to remember about triceps is a lot of the tips and fixes that you do for biceps can be applied for triceps as well. So as far as the elbows being to the side and tight, shoulders down and back, that's gonna apply exactly the same for triceps as well, especially when you're doing extensions. And also it's gonna be the tempo. So you can go nice and slow on the concentric contraction, bring it down, squeezing the triceps on the way down, pushing, and then when you let it up for the negative, go nice and slow so that way those triceps are controlling the motion on the way up as well. So you come down, nice and slow, up nice and slow, just like that. So it's gonna be almost the same as biceps being a flexion of the elbow joint. This is just an exact same opposite motion. It's gonna be the extension. So with that being said, we're moving on to the first tip, which is gonna be range of motion. We're gonna use the extension exercise to go over this. And what you wanna do is bring those elbows down, right to your side, shoulders down and back. Range of motion is gonna be the full range of motion. You wanna get that full extension of the elbows, get a nice squeeze in the triceps, fully extending, and then on the way up, you wanna bring it all the way up just to here. A lot of people ask the question whether you should start at just a 90-degree angle and go from there, or start from all the way up. If you start all the way up, the triceps is gonna actually have to work harder because you're extending that range of motion. It's gonna be a fuller range of motion coming from this angle to this angle rather than just from here to here. So what you wanna do is start here with the triceps still flexed, and then bring it down and contract them, and then bring them all the way back up, letting them work all the way up and all the way down. Full range of motion. Tip number 2 is going to be varying the angles. So we started out with extensions, now we're gonna do a French press. So what happens here is your actually elbows are gonna be up above your head, you're gonna be extending up, and you're really gonna be focusing on the stretch. This stretch is actually gonna incorporate a little bit more of the long head of the tricep. So there's 3 heads of the tricep, the long, the lateral, and the medial. So what you wanna do is vary up the exercise to try to put stress on different portions of the tricep to help build that fully look, that kind of 3D horseshoe look in that tricep. So the French press, what you wanna do, it's gonna be overhead, and you wanna focus on the stretch coming back. That full stretch, and you're gonna extend straight up. Bring it down, keeping those elbows tight, because what you don't wanna do is let the elbows flare out here, because that turns into a press for the shoulders. Keeping the elbows tight, shoulders back, get that nice stretch and that long head of the tricep, and you'll definitely feel it as you do this exercise and extend up. Applying those same kind of rules like we talked about in the beginning with the extensions and also the biceps. You want to get those elbows tight, stationary, and you really only want to be working that one joint to really isolate the tricep itself. Tip number 3 is going to be mixing up isolation exercises with compound exercises. One thing about compound exercises, especially in a pressing motion, the triceps are going to be a secondary muscle group used. As with pulling exercises, biceps are going to be secondary muscle group used. So we're going to do the close grip press. You're just going to narrow your grip in this press. Your elbows are going to be tucked a little bit tighter to your side, and you're going to bring it down to your chest, pushing through the triceps and getting a nice squeeze at the top position. Sometimes with regular bench press, you're gonna be stopping just short of lockout because you wanna put more stress on the chest and keep that time under tension in there. With the compound movement more for triceps, what you wanna do is get that lockout, get that nice squeeze in the triceps to concentrate on them a little bit more. So when you do this, get a little bit tighter grip here, bring it down, keep those elbows tight, press up, get a good squeeze. Keeping those shoulders back. Nice squeeze in the triceps at the top. So with compound exercises like this, the chest is still going to be used, but you're putting a lot more weight on the triceps than it normally can in an isolation exercise. So let's say you're benching 225, getting close grip press. That's a lot of load on those triceps. It's gonna help them build them bigger and stronger, get that nice full look to them. All right, dude, so that wraps up the triceps video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And also, we saw a lot of comments for calves. So make sure and look out for that video very soon. Thanks for all the suggestions and comments you guys make. Your guys' suggestions are what fuel our future videos, so keep them coming.